Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wolfie TV. And after the big 6-0 defeat, still pains me to say it on Saturday, we need a big reaction from the team. And hopefully they will give it us because, of course, this is the match preview for the Midlands Derby. Wolves taking on Aston Villa. We need a big reaction. Of course, if results go our way and we get 3 points, we could be guaranteed safe by the end of the weekend, and hopefully we can get the big 3 points and put a massive dagger in the hearts of the Aston Villa supporters who are eyeing up Europe at the end of the season. Guys, as always, I'm going to take you through the latest Wolves news as well as dive into my thoughts around this game. Now, let's dive straight into some quick Wolves news. The first one coming around Diego Costa, who apparently the club are humming and ahhing about whether to give him a contract extension. Of course, we know that he has got an option for a year if the club decide to activate it. Lopetegui himself seems to be keen on it, though, due to what he's been offering, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. Apparently, really contributing to a good atmosphere around the club. Now, you can kind of understand the club in some ways. Of course, we've got Sasha, who's going to be coming back after his ACL injury. Of course, we signed him in the summer, just in the summer, and he didn't even last a half before tearing his ACL. We've also got Fabio Silva potentially and hopefully to come back. He's been doing absolutely great things over at PSV. If you haven't seen, he did score the winning penalty to give them cup glory against Ajax last weekend. So, of course, I could see kind of why the club are humming and ahhing, but myself, I have to side with Lopetegui. Now, another little thing I want to talk about is this man, Jose Sarr. Now, there's been some calls for maybe David Bentley to replace him come the weekend. Sarr had an absolutely terrible game against Brighton, like many other players, and it really is starting to become apparent that his distribution is really going to have to improve if he is going to follow on next season. And basically, you do have to wonder for the future, is this guy really going to work under the football that Lopetegui wants to play? I do have some questions about him myself, especially for the future. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a risk to put in Bentley, who obviously hasn't played a lot of football since joining us. And do we really want to disrupt the team that much? I am also under no illusion that we will be under quite a bit of pressure from a very confident Villa team on Saturday. And we do know Sarr, not the best distributor, but a great shot stopper. And we probably could do with that come Saturday. So for me, I think I keep him in the team. But I think there is some ongoing debate that if we do get safety on Saturday, maybe it might be time to see what Bentley is all about, because he did have some really good plaudits from Bristol City when he did join us. And, you know, he has come as a really proven, experienced keeper. So I would like to see him, but maybe not for Aston Villa, in my view. And the last one I want to speak about, just a little thought on Sarabia, really. You know, he did seem to be starting games, seemed to be settling in a bit more. I thought his performances were getting better and better. I find it just a little bit of a strange one, but we haven't seen him in the last 2 games at all. He's been on the bench, but not managed to get any minutes. I've done a little bit look into things, seen what's being said. Not a lot has been said. I did wonder if maybe he had a knock or something. That doesn't seem to be the case. Just a little one for me, really, just a little bit stranged out about the fact that suddenly his minutes have dried up, and he is one that I'd at least like to get some minutes come Saturday. Guys, just a quick one from me before we get back to the video. If you are enjoying the video, please do me a massive favour, hit that like button. And if you are enjoying the channel's content, please do subscribe to the channel as well. And let's get back to the match preview. Guys, let's jump in and speak about Aston Villa, because, my God, they've been having some good times under Emery of late. Of course, the defeat to Man United might give us some confidence, because it did break a 10-game no-loss streak, and in which Aston Villa did pick up 8 wins and 2 draws. So I've been trying to find a little bit of optimism. What can we take into this game? Because Aston Villa's form, of course, has been very good. And our latest game didn't end well at all. Well, firstly, hopefully we're going to give that bounce back. Of course, sometimes you see teams have a big defeat and follow it up with a massive performance. And I'm sure Lopetegui is not going to be satisfied with that 6-0 defeat. And he's going to be calling on the players to really deliver on Saturday, especially on what's going to be a Midlands derby. Of course, there is some debate. For me, it's not the biggest of the Midlands derby. derbies. I've always probably disliked Birmingham City more, and of course West Brom. But of course, we've not really been playing the Blues or West Brom in recent times, so it has meant that we've been facing Villa more and more, and which has kind of made this a little bit bigger derby than it had been, especially when I was sort of growing up. It seems to be a bit more of the one that the two fan bases look forward to now, probably because it's the only derby, real Midlands derby, that we actually get. But as I say, I've been looking for some kind of upside. And I do have to say, when you look at Villa's away form, it's a lot more negative than their home form. In fact, Villa have achieved a 1.88 per game, points per game at home. Go to the away form, that's only at 1.29, so there is a little bit of hope. But I do have to counteract that in their last 5 away games, they've still only lost once, and they've actually still picked up 8 points in 5 games. So we are going to have to put in a real performance, let's be honest. But one man that has been speaking pleasantly about the club, as in Wolves, is this man, former Wolves player Leander Dendonk, who's actually been really starting to play well for Aston Villa as of recent games. Interestingly, Dendonk he spoke kind of kindly about us, especially after the defeat. He has said we've got to be wary, talking from an Aston Villa perspective, because he has spoke well about the home atmosphere. He's also spoke well about our home performances this season. So obviously still been watching us a little bit. I'm sure it's going to be, especially with him playing for Villa, it's going to be tempting for some fans to boo Dendonk, mainly because as well he wasn't great with us towards the end. I'm kind of hoping we don't know. It was a move which he didn't push for himself. He was kind of surplus to requirements, and he's moved to Aston Villa. It's another Premier League opportunity, obviously probably close to where he was living as well. He probably hasn't had to move, and he's probably been able to stay around the Midlands. So I don't know. For me, I do hope we don't boo him, but I won't be surprised if we do. Let's move on and speak about my team, which I think we should play. I think Saturday in particular proved that we need to not go for this midfield where we're playing 3 in midfield and also using Núñez out on the right-hand side, because it really, quite frankly, didn't work. And we've also fought with Cunha as well. How good is he? I think Saturday just showed why he's now one of the undroppables. So I think we do go for this kind of formation, or a 4-4-2 formation, where we do see that partnership again with Cunha and Diego Costa. I think that has been really key. But one man that I think really did shine on Saturday's very, very glum game was Pedro Neto. For me, I think he now deserves that chance. I have been saying in previous match previews that players have been given the opportunity to start and haven't really took it. For me, Neto did. And what I found really pleasing amongst that dark defeat to Brighton was the fact that he was back to almost his best. And I know that sounds stupid because we lost 6-0 to Brighton, but he was attacking players. He was taking players on. And when Diego Costa really didn't have any support whatsoever, Neto was the one player that was supporting him. But I think the one thing that we can take away from that defeat to Brighton is that we cannot go for that 3-man midfield ever again of Lamina, Neves, and obviously Gomez, the other player I'm looking for, because it just simply did not work at all. So I'm hoping we go back to the roots of this, either this 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2, whatever you want to sort of call it. And I do hope that it does bring some good result on Saturday. Bueno also didn't impress our left back on last Saturday. So I'm hoping Toti Gomez comes back into the team. As I've also mentioned as well, people have been debating on Sarr. I do think we should probably keep him in the team as well. So let's go on into the big one, guys. It is obviously my score predictions for Saturday. And do I follow my head or do I follow my heart? I think because it is the Midlands derby, I'm going to have to follow my heart. And even in my heart is saying that Villa will still score. But I'm going to go for a massive 2-1 win for Wolves. Let me know, as always, your predictions in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your team selections. And as I did say, if you have enjoyed the video, please do me a massive favour. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel as well. And hopefully on the match reaction, we will be loving life because we've just got a massive win, guaranteed our Prem safety, as well as maybe potentially costing Villa their big dreams of European football. So, guys, let's hope we're all happy on Saturday. Let's go. Come on, you Wolves.